In today's first impressions video, we're looking at Heir to the Throne, which takes very heavy inspiration from games like PoE and from Diablo. However, it doesn't do anything nearly as well as either of those games. This is, of course, a very early access version. It is a demo. We're going to take a look at it and I'll let you know what I like and what I don't. I'll be honest though, with it being a rogue-like game, there's not a huge amount that I've been able to do because it is incredibly hard. What I will do is go through the settings and then we'll jump into the game and show you what it's all about. Your settings menu is very basic. It kind of just overlaps the rest of the screen, and that is a theme that is very current with all of the options on this start screen. You get some hints and some tooltips that just don't disappear when you first click on the game. You have to actively click off the X in the corner, which means that you get a lot of screens that overlap each other, and that really isn't helpful at all. Aesthetics aside, you've got your language, your control scheme, player health bar, other player health bars, group window. Your video settings, there's actually quite a few here. You've got your resolution, windowed mode, max FPS, vertical sync, motion blur. Now what's interesting is that the max FPS has reset itself even though I hit VSync. So I did set it to 60, hit VSync, it didn't change. I've opened up the settings again and it's reverted back to 144. Then you've got your view distance, your anti-aliasing, your post-processing, your shadows, textures, effects, foliage and bloom. Again, interestingly enough, by default, all of these are on Epic, except for Bloom, which was set to just high. Your audio settings are at maximum when you switch the game on. I wish in 2025 games would stop doing this, and I have since turned them down. And then your controls, which are rebindable. One of the biggest issues I've got with this game, though, is a control that isn't here. You are unable to turn the camera at all. This is really, really annoying because it makes you feel like you're not walking naturally. It's really disconcerting, and it means that you die a lot to things coming from a direction that you can't see. There's no button for it. Every button I've tried hasn't worked. The other thing I've done is for blocking, I have rebound that to my right mouse button, which is also cancel. So, I mean, that's a thing, because it was originally bound to control, and that's not ideal when you're in battle to try and do that when you're also using your left mouse button to attack. So change those and you should be fine. But yeah, that lack of a camera turning is a real negative for me and has really put me off this game. Now this is a roguelike, which is fine. Unfortunately, you lose your character when you die. Like, you don't just start again with nothing or with any bits that you may or may not have saved. If you die before what I'm assuming there will be a checkpoint, you lose your character entirely and you have to start all over again. This is really, really annoying. I get that it's meant to be challenging and you go in and it's roguelike or whatever, but let's at least choose a character that died and just let him start with nothing, just for a time-saving quality of life. Like having to re-put your character name, choose which generalist you want, and then start the game is really annoying. You do get a few classes that you can do, although not all of them are unlocked to start with. You have to unlock them by doing certain things in game. So you've got your generalist, you've got your scholar, which you can't actually get straight away. You've got your ruffian, which you can't get straight away. You've got your trapper, which you can't get straight away. And then you're back to your generalist. So you really can only start with your general character. There's no other customization. You can't change the way they look, how they are, any voice lines or anything like that. And then you just type the name in to start. Now you create your player, then you have to hit play game again. So you've got to hit play game twice. And if you go on to new, you can create another player, but it doesn't actually do anything. You just get close, which is really weird. So yeah, you've got to hit this and you've got your lobby. So you can start in single player, multiplayer. If you start in multiplayer, you can create your own server and then let people go in from there and host your own game. We are, of course, going to be choosing single player. This is your ready up screen. Now, so far, you've only got your chat message, you're ready up, and then you start game. You don't actually have access to any other maps here, and then you can choose your difficulty between hard locked and nightmare or default. So it is hard from the get-go. Like, it is an incredibly brutal game, and whilst the graphics are not incredible, they're not terrible either. So we're going to hit ready up here, and we're going to start game. And here we are. Now, again, the graphics are very, very dated. You've got your health bar on the left, you've got your mana bar on the right, and then you've got any and all specials that you can use as well. You can turn the player around by moving your mouse, but again, there is no way to move this camera from this weird angle that you start with, which means if you move up, or you move left, or you move down, you're sort of strafing unless you're turning your mouse to face the way you want to, which is a lot when you consider what it is that you're meant to be doing here. There is no auto-equip for weapons either. You do have to go into your inventory and then manually equip them, and then you will gain some skills and abilities that you can use. So you got your dash here. Now, interestingly enough, this does seem to be a little bit randomized, but I think that's because I chose a different weapon. No, I did indeed choose the same sword that I've chosen every time, but they've given me a different dash animation. No idea why. It is what it is. Combat is extremely simplified. You've literally got your attack, block, and then you can pick up your health options, and you will gain abilities and stuff as you go through the game, assuming you get that far. You've got a number of enemies around, and they are not procedurally generated, so they are in the same spot every time, so you can at least learn where everything is. You can only dash if you're going in the one direction, but it's not going to do you very well. Blocking doesn't seem to be all that effective and is very much time-based. And I can't seem to see an XP bar or anything like that down below either. You don't seem to regenerate things, and overall, it's very simple, and as a result, a little bit bad. I'm not overly enjoying my time on it purely because I just keep dying, and again, the camera angle and being unable to change it has severely put me off this game. It is really awkward to try and see what's coming and where it's coming from, because you've got no way of looking. You've got no way of looking forward. You can zoom out a little bit, but that is literally it. And they can crit and hurt a lot. So we're going to use that. I can, of course, use my block, irrespective of how good or not it is. I do like the fact that you can... oh god, what have I done? I do like the fact that you can see the minimap in the top right. Why can I not pick that up? Am I full? So we are full of shit that I don't need. Guessing I can't use that because I am two-handed. Requires level 1 to 4 strength dexterity, so I'm not strong enough to use the items that I've got. I'm guessing this down here is my experience. There you go. So I need to get to 156 experience. The amount of things I've killed has given me a grand total of 28. And I cannot use the items that I've got because I'm not high enough level. So again, the difficulty is arbitrarily bad. Like, it's arbitrarily hard because you just can't use anything. I've got no health left. The enemies don't drop that much health. I can't see what's coming. It's not a fun, challenging hard. It's the game wants me dead hard. And that's just what it feels like. It doesn't feel like there's any way of progressing properly because the game doesn't want me to. Again, not really being able to see what's happening. It's a bit laggy. Everything's very dated. I accept that it is an early access title. I accept that it is just a demo. But this game has a very long way to go to be anywhere near fun. Honestly, if you are wanting to play a game like this, I would generally just recommend getting PoE 2, because that is a game that takes this genre and does it properly. It explains everything. There's an actual story. There is some form of character customization, and you have a lot more freedom with stats and skills, and it doesn't limit you to leveling up really slowly. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Ciao, ciao.